Oh, bugs. Okay, so this... Hang on a second. I worked at an automotive dealership years ago, and you hear that beeping noise in the background? Let me turn it off real quick, and I'll explain. Okay. So, at the dealership, there's this thing where people leave the keys in the ignition, and you get the constant door chime of the vehicle saying, hey, the door's open and the keys are in the ignition. After a while, you don't even hear it. Anyone that's new to the shop or doesn't work there that comes walking through and hears all these chimes everywhere is driven insane by the noise. But it never bothered me. I need to take apart that controller on my bed and figure out what's going on with it and why it throws errors when you're... Like, if you leave it on and you're not in the bed, after about 45 minutes or an hour, it throws an error and starts beeping. Well, I've discovered that I leave that beeping going for hours before I turn it off. Anyways, neither here nor there. Okay, so this is the part where I have recorded a bunch of stuff that it's not a downer, but I don't know. Dealing with stuff with this house has been interesting, but I just had some new motivation of life breathed into me as far as doing the... trying to figure out connecting words in my brain to my mouth. Wheelchair programming and the RNet dongles, building my own version. Anyways, I found a Discord that is filled with nerds that are really good at programming and Python scripts and Arduino, Raspberry Pi, teensy stuff, all that. And I started chatting with them. The one thing I don't know is actual coding. They do. I've got a lot of practical knowledge as far as how the wheelchair systems work, so I think it's going to be a mutually beneficial thing. Anyways, I ordered a whole bunch of parts. Some of them should be here today. What I'm working on is building... Do I have it here? Anyways, an RNet dongle that's not $600. I think it should be pretty easy to do. Now, I mentioned this on a live stream recently, and a thought came to my head of just basically using a USB to CAN bus interface adapter. I'm not going to get into the technical details here, but those things are like $15, and I think that's all you need. But yeah, I just spent a couple hours on the computer chatting with people, and I'm suddenly motivated, and the wheelchair test bench is going to come in handy. Okay, so I can't remember what I've said already in this video previously. I guess I could open the blinds to let some light in here. That didn't do much. Oh, speaking of blinds, yes, I'm very scatterbrained at the moment. We've had the mini blinds replaced in here. Now we have traditional, I guess you call them Venetian blinds. They're much larger slats than the other ones. See? So that's been done. It was kind of interesting though. These stains on the carpet, the owner came in to get the blinds installed. Set video light to 100%. Hey, now we can see. The owner came in to install the blinds and he's like, oh, you spilt something all over the carpet. No, I didn't actually. There's a thing where when you clean carpet and the stains and whatever contaminants get pushed down into the padding, then the carpet looks clean, then people start walking around. Or in my case, you run around in 650 pounds of carpet pad squeezing awesomeness, and the stains come back. Yeah, I got out the UV light and checked. Those are 100% pet stains, and I didn't spill anything in here. It's mostly a joke, but this was on the wall. Anyways, I think I'm finally... I know I keep saying this. I feel like I'm moved in. Still dealing with the bug and spider and apparently the roof leaks situation now. I'm getting my head wrapped around everything. I feel like I'm getting back into the swing of actually working on stuff. I found most everything that I packed, except for the charger for the vacuum cleaner. Anyways, I'm gonna play the stuff I've already recorded yesterday, and then I'll talk about what I'm working on here. And hopefully at some point before I feel like it's time to edit and upload this video, some of the parts will have arrived from Amazon, and I can show you what I'm getting on about here. It's weird. I'm excited and annoyed and frustrated all at the same time. It's a weird blend of things. Okay, let's go back to yesterday or a couple days ago or something. Yeah. There's just so many things going on and I don't know what to do with myself. This is usually my therapy. Just talking to this camera, or all of you guys or whatever. Anyways, I'm babbling. I'll be back. So, oh, my brakes are on, hang on. Still working on getting situated in this place. I think I need to get a light and actually mount it to this camera. I think that's gonna be my solution for, well, I guess I could turn this thing on. Okay, and then if I turn around this way, hey, there we go, now there's light. And the clock starts ringing. Anyways, been working on setting things up. Still haven't swapped out that light fixture to LED, but got some lights put up here, and those are connected with the smart home stuff. Kitchen is, I think, mostly set up. Got the coffee maker and stuff there, the water distiller. Move the ice maker over here so the sun isn't shining down into it. Microwave slash toaster oven. Oh man, hang on, I gotta set this camera down. I keep forgetting that I'm tired, and even holding a camera up is difficult. And we got the old microwave here that, well, we'll not mess with that. This one works much better, and it's also a toaster oven, so we're gonna stick with that. Stove seems to work, that's a bonus. Got a bug and spider problem. I know I mentioned ants before, but I keep waking up every morning with more bug bites. Okay, so this room here is what I've been working on today. Actually, over the last couple of days. Remember that giant, obnoxious desk that was here, made of press board, and it was in front of the fireplace? Now, it turns out the back of this fireplace is insulated, but still a super bad idea to have anything in front of it. And that desk, like, actually here, you can see the mark on the carpet. That desk used to come all the way out to here and over there. So I took it apart and chopped it down into a normal desk. If you saw the live stream, you've probably seen this. Is there a way to get more light in here? Hang on. That's up all the way. Oh wait. Set video light to 100%. Forgot there's more lights over there. There we go. Yeah, so main streaming computer there. Haven't cable managed anything yet. This is the one that handles all of the files stuff and video files and archiving and offsite backup and all that stuff for the channel. Got my drawer of assorted camera gear there. Got the piano set up over here with the whiteboard. Now there's a problem with using the whiteboard here. This house doesn't have any sheetrock. It's all this like wooden stuff. And if you start sinking 3/8 lag bolts into this stuff, you're not gonna be able to repair it. So I'm kind of lighting. So I'm kind of at a weird spot where I can't use that thing on the wall, which I guess a reasonable person would say, just get a normal whiteboard and use that. I had a couple of shop class videos that I was all ready to film before the move happened, and they kind of relied on that thing. Plus the projector has to go up on top of that. Actually, that's in the living room. Let's see here. Ta-ta. So this is the projector that works with that whiteboard, and that whiteboard's useless without this thing. It's got a bunch of ultrasonic sensors and infrared stuff built into it, and as you can see, it has a fairly substantial wall bracket, and it hangs upside down like that. The living room is still very much kind of the storage slash sorting area. Anything I need to go through gets put in here. and then I start going through it. The garage is not very big, which is why there's a couple of dryers over here and the laboratory power supply. I have not yet set up my workbench. I'm trying to figure out where to put that. It's the one that was in the garage before. I thought about maybe putting it here where this desk... Oh yeah, I was showing you the desk. I got sidetracked. So, we chopped down this desk into something more manageable, and I used some of the pieces to make legs to lift this thing up off the ground. So we've got 4 little smaller slats inside here, and then a couple of larger pieces. Speakers on the way, but there's larger pieces on each end there. And they're all screwed in place, and it seems fairly solid. The Mac Mini that I use for editing, that's that old one that I got for fairly inexpensive recently. I guess it's been probably 6 months ago now, but I used Simpson ties to mount it to the wall. Check that out. It's just sitting there. It's not like screwed in or anything. The nice thing with this is, if you've ever messed with a Mac Mini, they kind of rely on hopes and dreams for cooling. There's this cover underneath, and the exhaust fan is back here. So it tries to suck the air around that cover on the bottom, pull it through, and then send it out. So this is spaced off the wall about a ½ inch, and since heat rises, it's venting up towards Grumpy Cat there. Actually, I think I'm going to change that. I got that put up today, but I think I would rather have the old wooden ships. What was that quote from Anchorman? Diversity. I think it's an old wooden ship. I'm not a fan of Will Ferrell, but that movie is acceptable. But got the editing desk set up, so proper height. I still need to remove this keyboard tray, but at least I can get underneath here now and get my arm on the desk and actually do the editing and everything now, so that's kind of handy. I had it temporarily set up in the bedroom before, which, I don't know. I like to not try and do work where I sleep in the same room, but anyways. Things preliminarily set up over here. These blinds are getting replaced tomorrow, so I had to make sure everything was clear from in front of that. What else is going on? Oh, the garage. Let me show you the garage. So the light switches out here, oh, brakes are off, I'm rolling down the ramp. The light switches out here are weird. You have to flip both of them in opposite directions. This is the ramp that was out back going onto the patio at the old house. We cut it down and put it in here. Oh yeah, I guess I also worked on the laundry room today. There's much more sound deadening in here. It's got this false ceiling. I do not even want to know what's up there. I'm sure it's like this deep with stuff, but got a washer and dryer here. This is like the largest washing machine I have ever encountered. You can fit like 2 or 3 full-size comforters in there. Got the wheelchair lifts back there, the chair with the head array, the Omega Track, and the chair with the chin control. Those all work. I'm just storing them back there because, well, the storage room is full. Can I even reach the light switch in here? I haven't figured out where to put my tools yet, so they're all just on this Rubbermaid cart. But as you can see, this room back here, yeah, it's got the racks, and there's wheelchairs underneath both sides, more stuff over there. And then if you notice, that room goes that way. This is the garage. I think the lights hopefully are done flickering out there by now. Okay, good. It's these 8-foot long tube fluorescents. So that room was added on. This used to be a 2-car garage. There's still another door over there, but it doesn't open. So this room was built into the garage. And this is what we're working with. Yeah, lots of stuff. This is pretty low density packing. Off-road chair and the generators over there. Then we've got 2 seats out of the van. Quantum 6000Z, test benches back there. And then we've got this weird little room over here with the world's narrowest door. It actually looks wider on camera than it is, but there's a bunch of stuff stored back there. There's kind of like a workbench and some other stuff, and you can kind of see the other garage door over there. But I can't get in there. So when my friends were moving stuff in, I just had them shove things in there that it kind of like cold storage, I guess. I talked to the owner about widening this doorway, and he's not opposed to doing that. So might have to do that at some point. And we've got storage up top there as well. None of my stuff is up there right now. Actually, can I even turn around in here? I don't think there's enough room to do that. Nope. But the plan is, I've got one more warehouse rack, and I think we're going to install it over here. And we're going to put the 2 van seats up on top of that. And that's going to free up a bunch of floor space, and I can put the 2 wheelchairs that are out here under that rack. And then basically this entire area will be clear. Because the drill press and the bandsaw are right here. The compressor's just shoved back in there. And I think this area, well, it will be big enough to work in, but yeah, there's a lot of wasted space back there. Yeah. I am feeling like, hang on, I gotta set this camera down. All right. I am feeling like I moved in now, and it does feel like my house, but jumping right back into doing things and projects and stuff, well, no room to work. Driveway's not an option. Can't work on anything out there. There is no backyard. I guess there's a front porch area I could use. Oh, by the way, I managed to reach these light fixtures with the Bounder seat lift, and I got my LED retrofit bulbs in there because those were fluorescent before. So I got those swapped out. You know, here, look how large this is. And like this, is there dirty stuff in there? No, there is. But this is like the largest washing machine ever. Yeah, the workbench is in there, kind of taken apart. In the meanwhile, all my tools are just on the Rubbermaid cart here. There isn't even enough room to put that in there. So, I guess I'm just kind of explaining what's going on. We have a garage, that's good. Got an exterminator coming over. There's a lot of garbage and trash and stuff around outside the house, and wood stacked up against the walls and things. The owner's going to get that moved hopefully here soon, because that, well, when the stuff's stacked against the house, it makes bugs congregate. And when bugs are congregating on the outside of your house, they definitely come inside. But it is nice. It's great to have this much space in here. I can have my feet elevated and be reclined and still spin circles in the kitchen. That's good. Got a nice little living area over here. My hope is at some point I'm going to get stuff cleaned up enough to where I can actually get maybe some furniture. Like a small sofa or something. I have no idea. I'm just working as much as I can without working too much. Only thing that concerns me now is I did go and chat with the neighbors, and they're nice people, all of them. They did mention, though, that there was a previous tenant here that had to leave because of mold. I'm grateful to have found a place so quickly. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining constantly, but check this out. Are you going to be able to see this? If we look up here, yeah. See how these boards look like they're water damaged? They're all kind of, I can't see over there, but they're all kind of wrinkly and weird. It hasn't rained at all yet since I've moved in here. And the owner is aware that the roof needed to be replaced about 20 years ago. Again, I'm not trying to be a downer here. I'm just... I can't move again. I don't want to move again. I just want the place to work for me. So I'm spending probably 2 or 3 hours a day at the most, just so I let my joints and stuff not get too cranky, and organizing things. That back room where the computers and stuff are, that's all set up now. So that's good. Yeah, anyways, I just wanted to grab the camera and record something. I really want to do some like wheelchair repair videos or some sort of content with that. I don't have a place to work on things just quite yet. It'll probably be like another week or two before friends can come back over and help me get that rack set up and stuff. We've been plugging holes in the ceiling in here and gaps where the beams and stuff go through, trying to mitigate the bug ingress. But I did order some new tires for the Bounder because I was realizing the last few days we're having this awesome weather, and it would be nice to be able to hop in the Bounder and go running around, because that's actually possible in this part of town, unlike where I was before. So I think if nothing else, we're going to figure out how to get those installed. Part of the stuff's going to be here tomorrow, and the rest of it said sometime between April 30th and March 5th that the tires will be delivered. I know I've done many videos replacing tires on the Bounder, but at least it's something. I am feeling good though. It's nice to be somewhere and have a place and all that. There's this low level smoldering drama in the background. I think we're getting it mostly taken care of. But yeah, I think what we need to do a trail run or something. I'm going to focus on getting the Bounder online right now, which, well, as soon as the tires are delivered, I can do that. The one tire is technically holding air right now, but it needs to be replaced since I got that flat like a month ago or however long it was. That's all for this clip. I'll pick up the camera in a little bit when I figure out something that's more exciting to say. Okay, it's the next morning. It started raining. I don't know if you can see there. We got water on the skylight. Really interesting though. I'm going around to different parts of the house just listening to the noises that the rain's making. Like right here, it appears like we've got raindrops coming down from the trees, hitting the window, and that's fine. What I'm listening for is stuff that sounds like it's coming down through the void space and into the house. I got all freaked out a minute ago here. I looked up and I saw something shiny on the ceiling, like a leak. Let me see. Let me see if I can show you this. Right here. It turns out that's just a random piece of like cellophane tape that's on the ceiling. It's not water at all. I looked up and I saw that and I was like, ah, there's water, what? Oh, almost spilled my coffee. Well, it's intentionally dark in here because I just woke up. I need to clean up a few things in here. We're getting the kitchen faucet and the blinds in there replaced today. I think it'll be sometime this afternoon. I think I need to go outside and start the white van. I haven't run that thing in a while. And it's been sitting for... Wait, how long have I been here? I guess it's been sitting a couple weeks. Anyways, I need to make sure everything's unplugged and all the lights are off in there before I let that thing sit again for a while. Editing right now. Quick update to that clip I didn't mention. About 5 minutes after I recorded that, I started hearing water dripping down inside this wall. I'm about 95% sure that's what I was hearing. I was thinking yesterday about getting a thermal camera, but I just now realized I think I have a device that's specifically designed to detect this. Hang on, I think it's actually right here. This might be where my organization comes in handy. It's either in here or there's another box in the kitchen. Hang on a second, let me put the camera down. It's not in that box. This thing was in the same spot before. This is a temperature humidity pin, but I've got a moisture probe that's designed to be stuck into wood and sheetrock to measure the percentage of moisture. Maybe it's in the toolbox in the garage. I did a little bit of cleanup in the garage yesterday. I spent about, just remember, brakes are off, ramp. Okay, lights. I did a little bit of cleanup out here yesterday and some more ozone treatments. The garage wound up flooding when the driveway got pressure washed. So it's a little bit moldy and weird in here. But I think that tool might be in here. Okay, it's not in the toolbox. This light is flickering pretty bad. I need to get out of here. I'm scrolling through all the things in my head. The last time I saw it, where was that? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll see if I can find it, but I guess they're really cheap on Amazon. Oh, it's loud. Hang on, let me check Amazon real quick. Yeah, here we go, 18 bucks. It was one of these things. It's got these two metal probes that stick out, and it'll tell you the moisture content. I think I'm gonna order one of those right now. I've been sitting here thinking or trying to figure out where it is, and I don't think I've seen it in quite some time. And I think, oh, there's a bunch of these things. Ooh, here's another one for cheaper that has more features. Okay, I'm gonna look through these. I got a bunch of different models. I'm gonna buy one of those. And we're gonna get some baseline readings here. It only rained about 10-15 minutes yesterday, so I don't think things got saturated yet, but I'm gonna get one of those. We're gonna do some baseline measurements around the house and then see if our moisture level increases or something. The thing with mold is kind of a big deal. I'm super sensitive to that sort of thing. I don't detect any of it yet. I can usually detect mold way before anybody else can because I'm so incredibly allergic to it. Yeah, this is that sort of mixed emotions part. Super happy to have all this space, but is it gonna try and kill me? All right, some things have arrived. We've got tubes for the tires on the bounder, and of course tire slime. I know I said I was gonna go the foam-filled route, but I have to get new wheels for the chair before I do that. And I promise this time when I take the wheels and tires off of the bounder, I'm gonna actually measure the hubs. I swear I've done it many times, but then I don't know if I take a picture or don't make notes or something, but anyways, I at least want the chair operational right now, and this is the quickest way to do it, even though we have to worry about flats. Meh. And then also, we got some little adapter McThingies. This is a USB to CAN bus adapter with a cable. I'm gonna play around with that. Very first foray into making my own ARNET dongle, which, by the way, been chatting with some people on that new Discord I just discovered, and yeah, there's a lot of resources there that are gonna be good. And again, I don't know a lot about coding specifically. I took some college courses like in application Java and a few other things, but I focus my efforts elsewhere. And I figure there's other people that are much smarter than me in that area. So I think working together and collaborating is probably a better way to do some of this stuff. But also got a little, let's see here, if I can open this. This is a little 9-pin D-sub breakout connector. So you can connect things with this sort of COM style port, and it's got wires to connect everything. This is specifically for the input-output module for PG drives. More to come on that. Things are a bit weird right now for me, and just, I don't know, I think for planet Earth in general. But I've got this space to live in. It seems to be working out. I can't complain too much. I've got some test equipment coming for checking on the mold situation. Oh, this mount is crooked. But I just don't want to seem like I'm, you know, how would you word it? Not being ungrateful or whatever. A lot of times I kind of rely on the fact, or I think that people have seen all of the back videos, so they understand where I'm coming from. Yes, it is nice to have this house, and I'm glad to have it. There are a few issues that could potentially result in this not working out, but I think we're working through them. Insert excuses here. I'm gonna call that good for now. I don't know what the next video is gonna be. Oh, there is a new member video that I will probably publish later tonight. That has to do with the dishwasher here and repairing that, and also some other stuff in the house. But yeah, I'm gonna stop babbling. We'll call that good. I'll catch you guys in a few days. Thanks for watching. Normie YouTuber stuff.